Hello and welcome to this little walkthrough video of the electrical setup in my 2018 Mercedes Sprinter 6 meter high roof. So let's get straight into it. We're going to jump in behind the front seats here, and what we've got is that there were two 150 amp hour lithium batteries, PowerTech brand, side by side here, safe and snug right behind the driver's seat. On the passenger seat, so in the event of heavy braking or collision, we're braced in that way. Now, let's take a little bit of a look at how that's electrically wired up. So those batteries run in parallel, as I mentioned. So let's follow upstream, I guess, from the batteries and take a little bit of a guided tour here. So we've got two cables coming off the positive here, going through. Let's follow this one first of all. So we're going to a 200 amp a circuit breaker there, because over here we've got the PowerTech 2000 watt sine wave inverter. And having a little look at the back here, we've got that circuit breaker wire going through. There's also a guide wire goes through to a Renogy battery monitor, so we'll get to that in a second. And we've also got up in here, we've got a 200 amp hour 200 amp, I think it is, shunt. That's actually going to the Renogy controller. So that little red line you can see going off there goes up and supplies power, a bit of basic power to the shunt there. And there's, as you can see, the blue cable there goes to the back of the inverter there. And while we've also got the black cable going through there. So obviously from the shunt we've got to go negative wise. We want to measure everything going in and out, so of course the shunt's placed here just uphill of the battery, as per the spec would dictate. And then we've actually got the negative feed goes up from there and up to the rest of the electronics. A little bit less attractive here, but while we're still here, let's just also visit with this. So the front of the sine wave inverter, we've got a couple of power boards. One's over with the actual rest of the distribution panel. We've also got one mounted on top of this mounting system I've got here, so nicely separated with a bit of timber there from 12 volt to 240. We've also got, it goes up to the remote switch for the inverter up inside the kitchen or desk layout. Okay, let's take a little bit of a look here. So, so let's go follow up. So the positive line coming up from the battery goes up here. So we've got that going through. You can see that it's got a 100 amp breaker there. And then from there, let's follow that up. That goes up to, and actually up to the inner drive. That's a 50 amp DC to DC charger. So we've got the solar inputs and we've got the car alternator. So yeah, so that let's go again with that. So that's the wire there going up to and into the input output for the 12 volt systems. Side by side with that, we've also got and you can see mounted on that same pin as the feed that goes up to and into a fuse there. What is that, a 30 amp is it? And then that distribution from there then goes to a few instruments there. So up here, got a 6-way switch. Only 3 are in use. We've got an Ingle fridge that's 20-something years old. It's working a treat. We've got an LED light strip in the roof there, and we've also got just a little DC fan system. Okay, while we're here, that's all. So let's go back to the battery. So then follow the negative up. So up in here we've got that shunt, as I said, and then the negative from there is going up to, there it is, going to the negative point on the inner drive. And it's a bit, and you can see the other thing that's mounted on there, it's actually got the bit of red from the peel from the thing, but there's actually a black line there that goes down to a very basic distribution for the negative points. And then so we've got those various negative things. You might even recognize the angle power line color. That's the LED strip light. We've got some of those wonderful Jaycar or PowerTech branded SIGI plugs and USB points, and a line there going up for the fans as well. So that's pretty much, look, that's the 12 volt system. That's all I'm doing on 12 volt. Is a fridge, an LED light, and some USB sockets and whatnot. Okay. Let's have some fun with this now. So as I said, there's your shunt, and that has the 4 lines coming off there on the Renogy battery monitor. So that goes up and goes into, and as we see, we've recalibrated this unit to actually say we've got 150 amp hours in there, and we've nicely charged, because on the roof is, and probably the next place to go, is we've got 520 watts of solar. Don't mind the phone there, that's just to do hotspotting and GPS location for the thing. Now here, let's go along the inner drive. If you're familiar, you might know this one. It's probably the most highly regarded charger on the marketplace. You know, and I did shopped hard before I purchased one. But you see there the second set of lines coming off that, as you'd probably know, are solar. So this solar is on an Anderson plug there, going up and into the positive and negative there, and that line then goes up into the roof space and up to the solar panels riveted to the roof. Next one. Let's go also with the next pair then. Now they're, of course, they're going off to the batteries in the vehicle, and let's follow that down. So we've got, once again, we've got it's, you know, the inner drive, it should max out at 50 amps, they're saying. So we've got down here we've got a 70 amp breaker there to make sure we've got all that maxed out. And as that goes down, and then look, you don't get a lot of amperage out of the battery, out of the car battery, because the solar's doing most of the work. But anyway, as you see there, there's positive and negative pair disappearing there to go through to the actual engine. And then once again on that inner drive, final pin there is the ignition sense, or, you know, engine on sense, that's there to and runs down to one of the fuse points inside the driver's, under the driver's seat there. So I'm trying to think what else I should tell you at this point. While we're there, let's just also visit with, so the 240 volt in this thing. I really love running a lot of stuff off 240 because, well, you can, and I've got loads of it. So in terms of that power board, we've got things like I run a tablet computers mounted on my workstation here in the mobile office, and we've got what else there? We've got a charger for our Ryobi 1 system drills and all the whatnot. We also recharge our drone off the 240 volt as well. In terms of other 240 volt appliances, you've got the other two on display there. The one that uses the most juice and puts the most demands on it is actually our Tefal induction hob. A bit grubby from this morning's coffee, as you can see, but I do love my coffee. Who doesn't? And this little bad boy, look, what I do see is when that thing's maxing out, is we're drawing, their energy has a nice little wattage meter there, and it will go out to 22 or around about 2 kilowatts or 2000 watts. So this thing is the most greedy. This is not so bad. It's drawing about 1500, I think, watts when it's at full noise, cooking your toast or whatever. And that's about it. Yeah, 2000 watt sine wave inverter. You're always looking for some reason to use it, you know, running vacuum cleaners, or, you know, in the van rather than dragging a cord out from the house. So that's pretty much it. I'm just searching my brain to see whether there's anything else I should show you at this point. No, that's pretty much it. So anyway, I hope you've appreciated that. Look, it's not the most attractive wiring connection here, but the thing is that this has all worked since I've had the van 2019, just before the pandemic started. So, and obviously built all this out over a period of time, but this has all been running really sweetly for some time now, and obviously very happy about the way it works. What we do have to do is just I'd like to see, you know, look, let's face it, I've got plenty of battery with 150 amp hours and, you know, 500 watts of solar on the roof and plenty of charge. But the thing is just to obviously do the right thing and get myself back up to 300 amp hours of lithium storage, nice and snug here behind the front seat. So anyway, any questions, you're welcome to call me, contact me through, even Facebook is a good place. The phone number, if you do want to reach out, just text me beforehand before you do it. You text me on 0407 151311, and I'll take your call shortly thereafter. Thank you very much.